How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Sean Anderson. I'm a first-year medical student in Las Vegas, Nevada. And before we get started, I just want to thank you guys so much. You guys have shown so much support over the last few months, and the fact that we even reached like 10K, that's just crazy to me. I'm so glad that you guys are benefiting from my experiences, and for me, it's just been such an awesome way to kind of get everything off my chest. You know, as pre-meds and medical students, everything we go through is really tough, and the ability to talk about it on camera and know that you guys are listening and are throwing your advice in and even getting value out of the experience, it just means a lot to me, and it's been a lot of fun. So again, thank you guys so much. But without further ado, let's get started on answering your questions. So the first one is, what are your classes? So basically, medical school works in blocks. Right now I'm in the Introduction to Medical Sciences blocks. I'm taking basic sciences like biochemistry. We'll be starting DNA and RNA this next week, and along with it I'll be doing anatomy. So I have anatomy every week, and then I have lectures every week. And then along with that we have to do community service, we have a doctoring class, we have PBLs, which is getting together doing clinical cases. So it's kind of a lot. We take about 30 credits as medical students. How old are you and what did you do after high school? I am 24, just turned 24 this past weekend. And after high school, I went straight into college, explored a couple things. I actually performed as an acrobat for a couple of years, so that was pretty cool. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know. But yeah, it's pretty much what I did right after high school. What advice do I have for pre-med students? So for pre-med students, my biggest advice is, one, focus on having fun. Pre-med, it's hard, but it is very manageable. You can have a lot of fun while you're doing it. And if you're not having fun in pre-med, you're not gonna have fun in medical school. So please take care of yourselves, have fun, hang out with friends, but also work hard, Also make sure you're separating yourself from everyone else. Don't just follow the path that everyone else is doing. Make your own path. Be unique, because that's really what's gonna get you into medical school one day. During your interviews, what was the hardest question for you to answer and why? Honestly, I had a question about ethics during one of my interviews. It was this patient doesn't believe in this. How would you talk to them into doing the medication if it's gonna save their life? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even a med student yet. I don't even know how to, I answered it, but it felt so hard. It felt so unjustified, and I was rambling. I didn't even know what to say. It was such a unexpected interview question. How is your sleep schedule? Well, right now I get a lot of sleep, but I can already see it kind of going down over the next few months. Favorite song at the moment? Right now I really like Mariana's Trench. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Mariana's Trench, but all their songs, super good. Literally, I listen to them on repeat. Do you like K-pop? I do like K-pop. I can't tell you any names of K-pop songs, but I like the way that they sound, and they tend to get stuck in my head. Even though I don't know the words, I just can hear it in my head all the time. What did you study in college? So I actually majored in kinesiology. What are some effective study methods that you use in university? So best study method is practice questions and active recall. Do Anki cards, keep doing them. Do practice questions, that's how you learn the best. I didn't do that enough when I was an undergrad. Favorite class in undergrad, definitely anatomy. One thing that pushed me towards medical school, I actually volunteered with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is pretty much how I found medicine. What are you looking forward to learning about this year? Probably just clinical scenarios, PBLs, I think is what I'm most excited about, because they're fun and it makes you kind of feel like you're a doctor. Tell us about your class. How is the vibe so far? Yo, my class, they are lit. They are so much fun. We have such diversity. We have athletes. We have super smart people. It is actually a crazy class. They're all so much fun. They have such a good vibe. I don't even know how to put it into words. I feel so lucky to have been accepted with my class. What specialties are you leaning towards? I get asked this all the time. So right now my top 3 are oncology, emergency medicine, and some type of surgery. Will that stay over the next 4 years? I don't know. I'm pretty open to change, but those are kind of the ones that are driving me right now. Favorite anime? Definitely My Hero Academia. Favorite houseplant? You can't really see it, but I love this thing. It's super pretty. Got it from Lowe's. You can see it in the moving vlogs if you check that out. What is your go-to study snack? Honestly, iced coffee and goldfish. I don't know why I like goldfish so much, but I always have a bowl with me. Being that you have so much medical background with your previous job, what do you say to pre-meds that are currently working in the medical field during undergrad? If you're working in the medical field and you're in undergrad, try to think of it more as a learning opportunity, like a clinical experience, rather than a job. When I was a scribe, I would think of it as clinical experience, because as a med student, I'm going to be rotating in that setting one day anyway. So rather than a job, I thought of it as a clinical experience, and honestly, that helped a lot, and it made it more of a learning opportunity for me. Did you ever have any free time? Were you involved in extracurriculars at university? Yeah, I had a ton of free time. Honestly, played tons of video games with friends. Always was doing stuff. I loved doing like tricking and tumbling. Like I did it all the time. Honestly, a lot of free time in undergrad. People who say that there isn't any free time, they're probably doing something wrong. If I could go back in time and change anything about my experience so far, what would I change? What would I do to make it better? I think that I would go back and tell myself to not doubt yourself, because there was a phase where I almost didn't go to med school or apply to med school because I didn't think I was smart enough to be a doctor. And looking back, that was so silly to think, because you can do anything you set your mind to. So I think I had that like negative vibe in my mind for a couple of years, and I wish I could go back and tell myself like that's not true, you shouldn't think like that. But at the same time, it kind of worked out because I'm really glad to be starting medical school now. I love my class. I think this is the perfect time for me to be starting. So it kind of did work out, but I guess that is something that would have made the whole thing a little bit more positive. If someone pays me $3 million where I laser off my eyebrows, absolutely. Hair grows back. I would 100% take the $3 million. Do you want to be cremated or buried when you die? Jeez, guys. I actually think I want my body to be donated. Help other people learn in the future. Your Hogwarts house. I am actually a Hufflepuff, so that's definitely the best house. What advice do you have for people aspiring to be doctors? Kind of answered this already, but just like if you want to become a doctor, you will become a doctor. We all know how to do it. There's guides, there's, techniques, there's study methods. Like everyone can become a doctor. You just have to want it bad enough, How do you manage your time? Terribly. Right now my time management is super poor. I'm hoping it gets better, but we'll kind of see about that. How do you study? My studying is kind of not really settled yet because med school, I just started, but hopefully in a few weeks I'll be able to tell you guys. Did you know you look like Tanner Almez? I don't know who that is. Let's look him up really quick. Honestly, I don't know if I can see it. I don't know, what do you guys think? How do you handle stress? I'm definitely a big believer in you have to take care of yourself. Have fun, and if you're stressed out, you're not going to really progress by continuing to be stressed out. I tend to study more when I'm stressed, but I also value kind of having personal time and doing things that I like to do. So yeah, it's nothing's worth it if it's stressing you out to the point where you're not enjoying it. You know what I mean? What is the hardest part about being a medical student? I can't really answer that yet because I've kind of barely just started, but from what I can tell, I think the hardest part is going to be juggling everything. So far it seems like nothing is going to be that like specifically hard. I just think that there's going to be like a lot of it, and that's what everyone else is kind of saying. Like we're taking 30 credits, so on top of studying we have all these other classes that we have to do assignments for, presentations for, meet with groups, so I just think it's a lot to do, and so I think that's going to be the hardest thing, is juggling everything. Is being a medical student costly? Absolutely, especially here in the States. My medical school is like $27,000 per year, and that's actually not even that bad compared to a lot of other schools, so very, very costly. What motivated you to go to medicine? So back when I was kind of undecided, didn't know what I wanted to do, I was actually a volunteer with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I was a wish granter, so me and my wish granting partner, we were granting wishes, and that's kind of my first exposure. Again, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I thought that these, oncologic diagnoses and cancers were very interesting, and I started looking into it, and then I realized how happy the wishes were making the kids, and I was like, you know what, as a doctor, I can kind of bring that sort of happiness to other people, and that's pretty much what got me into it. What obstacles did you overcome to get to where you are today? I already said it already, but basically the biggest obstacle was believing in myself. I almost did not do med because I did not think I was smart enough, and I would have gone down a different route, and I'm very glad that I kind of had that realization and didn't do it, because I am very happy to be where I am today and to be starting medical school, and that wouldn't have happened if I didn't overcome that obstacle. So definitely that. Any advice starting YouTube as a pre-med? Honestly, just start posting videos. I've been posting videos since last August. You guys just started kind of like giving my channel a little bit more, traffic. So I guess the biggest advice is just keep posting. You never know who you're gonna help. When I started my channel, if I could have just helped one person, I was happy, and I did. And now a lot of you guys are here. So just start posting. Everything is valuable. Everyone has different experiences. So favorite fruit, definitely strawberries. Is your medical school doing a white coat ceremony? We are. It's modified. It'll be in the beginning of September, so it'll be mostly like online, like virtual. But I think we'll be able to have family at it, so we'll see. I don't really know the details yet, but we'll find out soon. What things make you happy? Honestly, just doing the things I love to do, like this, tricking, tumbling, just hanging out with friends. I love just chit-chatting with friends, playing video games. That's pretty much everything. I'm a very simple person. What is your view on homosexuality? Do you support the LGBTQ community? Absolutely, 100%. We are in 2020. We are all people. We all deserve to love who we want to love. Like, if you don't support the LGBT community in the year 2020, like, you are so far behind, and it is just a very outdated belief that, you know, marriage has to be just between a man and a woman. Like, catch up with the times. How does being a medical student give you a different perspective on the COVID epidemic? Honestly, my perspective hasn't really changed. I still believe you gotta wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance. Like, everything is the same for me. I believe the same, and it's actually more interesting now as a medical student because I get to hear from other doctors. We had a COVID panel during our orientation with some of the more frontline workers, and they've been telling us about it. So my opinion is the same. My perspective is the same. You know, like, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch each other, you know? We can get through this. We just have to work together as people. All right, that's it for the Q&A. I tried to answer as many questions as possible. If you guys have any more or want me to elaborate on any of the ones I answered, just let me know in the comments. I would love to answer them. Thank you guys so much again for 10,000 subscribers. Like, it is absolutely nuts. Still can't believe it, and I'm so excited to share my journey with you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.